Man, I had to fight to get in here. I had to fight to get in my own live stream. What's going on, people? Of course, you don't know, or you should know, but this is Carcino. Cool if I may introduce. It's not a good time. It's not a good time. SHP's finest. Yeah. Another situation where people are doing things that are counterproductive to what it is they're supposed to be doing on a 9 to 5. You either got to make your decision up. Either you're going to be in the streets, either you're going to be in the streets or you're going to be in the rap game. Do you want to be an artist or you want to be a gangster? You can't have both. Every time you try to have both, squish, just like a grape. I tell young rappers and I tell young black men, tell my cousins, I tell my nephews, I tell everybody things they need to survive. If you are doing illegal acts and you haven't been caught yet, don't mean they don't have nothing on you. Oh, thanks, extra money. Now, what's up, Mr. Tall? I see you. See, the problem is this. If you are in a game, when you want to learn the game and all the pros and cons of the game, if you play football in the NFL, wouldn't you want to know all the rules? Wouldn't you want to know what you could do and what you couldn't do? That would be essential, right? You can hit the like button for that. The Cash App is Carcino. As we're going to educate you once again, for those who might have missed the video, have changed the game. Learn from what's happening to other artists. This ain't the first person they didn't got with RICO. It's a person that had a lot of money coming in. And they slapped him with a RICO charge. Y'all already know who that is. Man had real estate and everything else, and they slapped him with a RICO case. Once they brought RICO into gang situation, there you go, Scott. You said his name. Now, when you bring the gang thing in there, and I told people when that came down and happened to him, for those who people who are sitting at home and might not be around and don't know, the person name is Rollo. Now, I said it back then. The game had changed. The game had changed. They could give RICO charges to people on the streets. RICO charges was for drug lords, people who are in a drug game who are administering, like dealing with metratons, and they trying to bring down a whole criminal organization. Now they have changed the law to where street gangs can get hit with RICO charges. So remember, they just hold on. This might be somebody telling me to. Hmm. All right, I'll call mom back in a minute. Anyway, now, yes, definitely hit the like button. If you just got here, hit the like button, subscribe to the page so you can know what's going on. Yes, they can slap you with RICO charges. So we're gonna get to that. Now you're saying what's going on here? Young Thug, Gunna, right? And all of his members so far, or some of the members, or the majority of them, they're in a group called the YSL, which is called Young Slime Life. Now, Young Slime Life is not an organized gang, right? That's just a group. They have a record company under that label, if I'm not mistaken. But the RICO charges are vague. You could get hit with a RICO charge just by making a name up. This is why I tell all you young guys who think it's cool to make a name for yourself. It's like, this is our group. Unless that's a group, your performing artist group name, don't do it. If you keep saying this is us in the streets, this is what we do, they will rope everybody in. They can easily just call conspiracy. Now, yesterday, at his home in Atlanta, after being named in an indictment, they said that he created Young Slime Life. Young Thug, who y'all know as Jeffrey Lamar Williams, he was booked. He's in Fulton County Jail as we speak. He's charged with conspiracy to violate the Racketeering, Influence, and Corrupt Organization Act, aka RICO. Now, all of these various activities is about criminal street gang activity. They're claiming that a young man named Donovan Thomas Jr., a rival gang member, on 1/5/15 was accused, um, was deceased and shot from a car that was rented, a 2014 Infinity Q50 from a Hertz by Young Thug. And it was used in the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., a rival gang member. That was in 2015. That's major. Now, like I'm saying, he's just a person that rented a car, right? But all of these acts are various activities under the course of a decade investigation. Remember when they pulled over? I mean, they had this plane and they wouldn't let him get on the plane, and the pilot didn't want to fly it, and saying all this about smoke and all this stuff. And Young Thug went off on the pilot who really was doing all this. That was all purposely done. That pilot was probably told, don't take off. You see, all of this stuff come back around. You got to question all of it. The indictment has 56 counts, 28 alleged associates of YSL. Gunna, who's only charged with conspiracy here, and only because he signed to the label, so he might just get off because he's only charged with conspiracy. Because what has he really done? He just really got to the label. They're trying to say him and another guy named Christian Eppinger are accused of seriously wounding an Atlanta police officer in a shooting back in February. Now, I knew this was possible. A RICO charge could come because this is what all these guys do. They bring up a RICO indictment and they start going into wars with people. You got gang members, you got public outcry. Now, the district attorney, who's the DA for Fulton County, already stated that this was the case. They've already stated this was the scenario. This was going to be the situation. So definitely, if you just got here, hit the like button so you can know what's going on and stay within the know so that they know you're not a bot. Hit the like button coming through the door. Subscribe to the page and hit that notification bell. Does 6ix9ine have anything to do with this? I don't know because I don't know if 6ix9ine been around them or not. I wouldn't think so, but then again, I don't know. He's still working. Oh, when they hit you with a RICO, you're not going to get all the charges, but somebody going to jail. Well, the DA hinted at a RICO charge when when the police officer got shot. So you knew that. Well, a judge later raised the bond from Eppinger from 400,000 to 2 million. Once his bail got jumped up to 2 million, that signaled probable RICO charges coming. So they want him to be kept in jail while they go get everybody else. Well, the activities they have for the investigation range from January 2013 into May 2022. Well, addition to the crimes from YSL, the alleged crimes, they went through social media, they went through the music, they tried to say they using Gunna lyrics against them, saying Gunna said that he got 10 choppers, 10 things. It's like, dog, how if you're gonna use rap lyrics and use them as factual things, then you might as well use movies then. Is that what we're gonna do now? So a movie is for real. Arnold Schwarzenegger is capable of wiping out an entire village. Hell, he did it in Terminator. We gotta watch Schwarzenegger. This is what I told you. They've changed the game. Notice they only do that for rappers. Sylvester Stallone, Slough, he gonna go Rambo. We gotta keep surveillance on him. You saw in that movie the way he was ruthlessly shooting people. We gotta keep tabs on him. One of the biggest charges is that YFN Lucci, they said that a second attempt to try to take his life while he's in jail was being worked by permission of Young Thug from two other guys, and Antonio Simlin and Christian Eppinger. Reason why they didn't want Eppinger out. This is all alleged, but this is what they claim is there. All the documents accused everybody from racketeering during that time period. But they saying that even though the record label got the same name as they said the organization, which got started in 2012 on Cleveland Avenue, they say they claim their affiliation with the National Blood Street Gang. And they saying in 2013, they threatened to kill an employee at a perimeter mall or something. And they got banned from the premises in 2015 after having some methamphetamines and some hydrocotton, the hydrocotton, coppadone, and weed. So basically, pills and weed in 2017. Now, the most serious charges have been the one I told you with the drive-by shooting that killed Donovan Thomas Jr. And a video posted to social media 16 days after the shooting. They said, "Tell the God honest truth in the courtroom. Needs to get effing killed, bro, from me and YSL." So they using that video. And they're saying it's a long list of alleged crimes, including murder, aggravated assault, armed robbery, carjacking, drug possession, and more. And that led to the entire arrest. Well, they should have been expecting this because back in 2017, they got arrested on drug charges in DeKalb County, along with some other members of theirs. Then earlier that year, when they had the Havana song, right? And that went to #1 on the billboards. And Young Thug was on Havana. Remember that? Well, damn. Okay. Remember when that happened? Once that went down, they avoided legal charges, entanglements, and everything else. In 2019, he got that Grammy for This Is America, right? For that Childish Gambino song. It went viral. Donald Glover. I was going to say Danny Glover. I'm getting too old for this. Now, the situation is this. On that year, Way Too Sexy with Future, um, you know, you've heard all these songs come out. He had a career in the music where he was doing well. So it's not like he was a struggling artist. That's what we're trying to say. So yeah, he's got to go to court today. Actually, as we speak, he's in court. As we're doing this video, he's in court. Yeah, but then you got to look at, we all feel sorry for those people. Thank you for the super chats. I do appreciate that. What's your name? Taya T? Lataya? Whatever. Why would you believe that from a person that's on a 3 block radius who never go anywhere when I'm everywhere? Why would you listen to somebody that lie 24 hours a day? The problem is, if you're gonna do these things, stop labeling yourself. Even if you on the streets, don't throw no signs up. Don't claim we this gang. They will charge all of you in conspiracy. So they get a weak link. Somebody will say something, and they'll get them to basically say something that about a part they don't even know. Let me put it in Star Wars terms. That's like them grabbing a stormtrooper and he's talking about what's going on between Vader and the Emperor in the room and the conversations they had. He wasn't privy to that. He's just a stormtrooper. He's not even a commander. So how would he know? But they all got swooped up together. What's up, Outlaw? Well, you're not gonna be concerned if you're working with the feds. If you're working with the feds, why would you be concerned? Some of these dudes are already on paper. Hmm. A lot of us don't get this generation. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, it's a whole RICO situation. Do they have a bond? Not yet. Somebody's bond was $2 million, and it had got bumped up to 2 million. So that's how much he would have to pay. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Either you're gonna be an artist or you're gonna be a gangbanger. If you're gonna be a gang member and that's what you want to do and you want to do crimes, then you can't have the record business and crime going on. I'm not saying that's what happened. I don't know what happened. I'm saying you can't have both worlds. They will use that world to tear you down, and they're gonna take guns, drugs, money, whatever, and you're all gonna be taken down. Think about all the New York gangs that were. Hmm? You see, New York never used to have gangs. The only gang that used to be in New York was the Latin Kings. Everybody else had crews, right? No gangs. But what happened to the crews? They all fell down, right? Why? Because New York guys are flashy. They want to get dressed up in mob suits. They want to take pictures. They want to get chains to say exactly where they're from and what they represent. They got the same gang clique. We same gang. And everybody get knocked off and everybody start going to jail behind a crime that linked about a whole investigation, charges. They all going to fall down. Another group come up and people go join them. Then the group across the street, they start coming up with their own group. We this group, get money gang. And just for example, then they fall down. Then these guys fall down. They only have a run for about 2, 3 years. If you look at all the time that they ruled or was ruling and making all this money, they run is about 2, 3 years. Then the head of that group is locked up, killed. What are we even talking about here? Now, did they do a RICO on the blood organization? Or did they do a RICO on the Crips? Let's say they did a RICO on the Gangster Disciples or the Blackstones, Vice Lords. Why they can't do that? Why they can't do that? Why they can't RICO them? They could. The streets say they can. Why they can't do that? Exactly, JD Dasher. You just said it right there. Bloods, Crips, GDs, VLs, Stones. Who the leader? Who's running it? it's too vast. You would never be able to get a conviction. So when you move in such a way, you have to take people out in groups. Groups you can get. That's 30, 40 people off the streets. That might be 60 people off the streets. Let's round them up. Use the RICO law to get a little side gang who might be affiliated with the Bloods. Let's get them. But how do we know that that's them? Because they labeled themselves. This is what I told people about. Learn about the game you're in. If you're in this gang life, if you in this is your life and you're playing this out in its terms, learn the rules of the game. You should know what RICO mean. You should know how you should be RICO'd. You should damn near be a lawyer if you in that game. If that's the game you in, you need to know everything that could take you down in that game, in the game you in. When you start naming yourself, you've just put yourself in a group that they can grab one member and say, he's a member and make a chart and basically put him in rank based on where they think he should be. I won't see anybody's doing life. I don't know who's doing what. That's why they got lawyers. That's why they go to trial. That's why they go to court. Somebody can rat. Somebody can do a whole bunch of things. You don't know. That's why they take everybody in. That's why I don't say I'm a gang or this is my gang and this is that gang. When I don't label y'all. I don't call y'all my chat Negroes or none of that goofy stuff. Y'all are subscribers. You never seen Carcino name anybody, anything in a group. Because y'all are all individuals. You are all individual bosses. Y'all move on the strength of y'all. I don't order anybody to do anything. But oh yeah, I did do something on the Patreon today that I think you're gonna enjoy. All the Patreons out there. We had to tell the truth because people told a half story yesterday. No, I told people this back when Rollo got caught. When they grabbed up Rollo. I said it then. You have to decide what you want to be, an artist or in the streets. I said that to Nipsey. Said it to Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey got into a altercation at a party at Laura London's birthday. And I had a conversation with him and I told him, you can't have one foot in the door, one foot out. I don't come when the party start. I don't leave when the party ends. I ain't trying to be with the girl that's trying to close the club down. If she ain't trying to leave with me at at midnight, she ain't gonna basically want to leave at 3 in the morning either. What I wanted to do, get more drunk till you become a babysitter? No, not exactly. I didn't realize Thug was about that life. Well, we don't know what he's about right now. I'm just saying he's not a struggling artist. He's an artist that actually has a career. And now it's like this other activity is messing up that career. Because now it's like, well, why would you want to do business with Thugger with this on the table? Now this clouds all the success that we were just talking about he had. If you're an artist, you got to move like an artist. You have to protect yourself as an artist. The world is a very, very fickle place. You have to be prepared for all the nonsense that comes along with it. By me, it's my life is different. Of course, we all have friends that might do some things that might brush up against the law, but ain't no group. I might know some people that might do that. I don't know what they do. Don't want to know it. I don't need it in my life. So if I don't need it in my life for any success for myself, why am I going to sit there and be concert to it or try to be around it? Most people get a thrill. They want to be around, like, I just want to be around. I just want to be there. I don't want to be there. Y'all could be there if you want. I don't want that. I don't need to see nothing. I don't need to know the information. You see, most of these people that they keep talking about, who are these members, most of these people grew up with these people. They went to school with them. So they weren't in a game when they was in school. They probably joined the game while they was in school. But you probably didn't play with this dude in the sandbox. And you know him by his real name. You know his mother. You know all of them. So it's not a game to you. These people are like family. See, a gang used to be a good thing. When you say, "Oh, look at them," and all those gang of kids. A gang just mean a group. That's what it used to mean. A group. Go along, get along gang. Gang just meant group. But see, this is the trap. You see, what good is all that money, all the guns, everything? And in the end, they can come take it all away. It's like they let you play with it, all this money and all this stuff. They let you build all these people around you and then take you all down to jail. Then what? All your money seized. They could take your cars, your houses, everything, because it's under a RICO charge. So you don't get to keep any of it. Now people will start to understand the severity of it. Rappers shouldn't be talking about gang activity. That's a very interesting question because, and hit the like button, people, because this information that needs to be out there to the world so that they can see it and get education. But majority of these rappers are caught up and invested their time in these gangs. The lines get blurred, and the reason why the lines get blurred is because they grew up with most of these people. So when they get involved, it seems like it's normal. Some of them do it for protection. But then again, we also don't know anything yet. It's just what they are being charged of. Nobody's been arrested. Well, there's some people are being arrested. They've been arrested. They've been charged, indicted, rather. So the rest is we don't know. I mean, basically, you need to do that because one judge is making it like all rap lyrics can be used in a court of law against you, which is we've seen that happen in many cases. ARAB, they use rap lyrics to correlate incidents and what date this was released on social media. We already know they could use social media against you. It was like, Sino, you had hood stories. Yeah, hood stories are all concluded stories that are basically have an ending. And I explain to you what should have happened in those situations, how those situations should have been avoided. Hood stories are teachable moments. These are real life stories that happen to people, right? No one can get indicted from it because the majority of the names have been switched up and changed. See, rappers like Ghostface and Ray, they talk and they tell you stories in code. Ain't nothing you could really piece together and put it together unless you are engulfed in hip hop and you know the slang and you know the language. What could you tell? What could you get with Ray and Ghost? And you notice no hood story I've ever done led to nobody getting arrested. Nothing. Yeah, our first Patreon only Rick James video is coming this week on Patreon too. So y'all gonna love that. The Whack 100 conversation of me and Whack is on Patreon also. You know, and he was like, "Who is you? I don't know you. Academics don't have to talk to you." I'm like, "Yeah, you do. You really need to." But I didn't go in deep. Whack was trying to get me to talk about an open investigation. I'm like, "Bro, I ain't talking about that, man. I ain't saying nothing about him. I don't know him." Because I know there's an open investigation, and I know that they ain't nobody been cleared of anything really. So why am I gonna talk about it? You know what I'm saying? So if you know that, then you know it's best to stay. Whacker is trying to get me to say, what? What open case? Who got what? No, you gonna have to say it. No, I don't have to say it, Whack. No, I don't. Oh yeah, it's on the Casino for Life Patreon. Um, I don't think it. I'm gonna release that anytime soon on regular YouTube. So that's only on the Patreon. The Patreon is Casino for Life, just like this page. hmm Unfortunately, Zach did some things that he shouldn't have done. Um, it's sad that what it ended up happening to him, but when you get too involved in street activity, as far as posting things street and getting too engaged into it and thinking you're the reporter from the streets, there shouldn't really be a reporter from the streets, because what goes on in the streets is not normally supposed to be reported. And I don't understand why people don't get that. Now, well, after I make a video talking about Jay Prince and Big Smoke, you speaking out of turn. On One Crack News, we definitely covered that situation. Hello? Um, that's why drill exists. Why does drill exist? Drill is the music, okay? Y'all keep acting like drill is the reason for all the activity. The drill is just the music of choice they choose to use to communicate. It's nothing different than making a diss record. All it is making a diss record against somebody else who basically are in a game. They just call it drill time because of the music they're using. Yo, it's drill music. But it's any music you do. You can make any rap song. You can make a country diss record. If you're talking about somebody's dead family members on there, they're gonna feel a certain way about that. Then they come and do some stuff really on the streets. It could be in a country music record. It could be in a gospel. If you're talking about that, so it ain't the music. These are people who are gang members doing gang stuff to each other on the streets and talking about it in the music. So why is drill got to be the reason? It's drill. It's not drill. It's the actual fact that that's what they're doing. They're making music disrespecting deceased people and disrespecting people, talking about what they finna do to them and all this stuff. So it's music in general. That's just what these young folks are using. So to just throw the whole thing on drill, there's been drill music done where the beat was drill and nobody got in trouble. Nobody did anything to them. But the music is just the way it is. It's just so like basically demonic. It's just not my. I don't really get into drill that much at all. I'm a lyrics guy. You got to be able to rap, and if you can't rap, then what are we having this conversation? Yes, the RICO charge has been put in place so you can come and grab people off of the streets. That's what it's all in place for. Yes, Young Thug and 28 other people, or 29 other people. Well, he's being charged from the RICO Act. RICO stands for Racketeering, Influence, and Corrupt Organizations Act. RICO. And they said it's about the gang activity, and it's been going on for since 2013, the investigation into 2022. And they got everybody roped together. So 56 counts and state indictments, 28 associated members or whatever, including Gunna, who they are saying is in charge, like in conspiracy charge to shooting and wounding an Atlanta police officer with a guy named Christian Eppinger, who they kept behind bars, raised his bail from 400,000 to 2 million as they linked other crimes to him. Now the DA had gave up this a month ago that a RICO was coming. This is why you got to pay attention to the signs. They're claiming that Young Thug actually rented a car, a 2014 Infiniti, the Q50, from Hertz, and that car was used in the drive-by shooting of Donovan Thomas Jr., a rival gang member, on 1/10/15, 2015, rather. And they're saying he rented the car or was rented in his name. Now, this is what he's charged with. They saying he's the head of the organization that is criminal called Young Slime Life. Through social media and in music, as they actually have a record label started in 2012 on Cleveland Avenue. That record label is based off his gang, quote unquote, gang affiliation. The most serious charge he has is that, and actually, they claim that a second attempt was made on YFN Lucci in prison that was trying to be arranged using two other operatives of the YSL who claim that they got the orders from Young Thug. This is part of the charges that they have in RICO. And that's why I always tell people, if you're gonna have activity, you're gonna do things in this manner. Do not involve members. Don't name yourself. Don't say you're part of a group. If you're saying you're part of a group, if you're part of something like that, you are going to be accustomed to this type of activity that comes your way. People's like, why you don't cover drill music? I'm like, one, it's in my city, and two, I'm not really into drill that much. Some of the songs are okay, but I don't have an affiliation with, like, I think Montana's nice. He got bars, he could spit. Um, Prince Easy can rap his ass off. So he's bar for bar one of the best, damn near in our city, period. I've never seen nobody out bar. So if you look at that scenario, why in the world is these rappers are not on? But if he was talking about taking lives and everything, they'll be all for it. Because what they're doing is a gang situation. That's gang stuff. I mean, the music. Without the music, they still be warring with the other side. So they ain't warring with the other side because of the music. You see what I'm saying? That's what people are getting it all confused because they're not attached to it. They're on the outside looking in, trying to gauge it and saying, it's the music. It's not the music. If you took away the music, those people will still be warring with each other. It's about their affiliation. Absolutely. So we got one more minute to talk about this. And I felt we talked about it enough, but we have one more minute. Say what you want to say. Do I stay in Atlanta? No. Putin John Batten is your favorite artist. Mayor Lightfoot gave her son a pass, key to the city. She got kids? They got tip off with them guns. Did he really get off? The Heart Part 5. Haven't heard it yet. But everybody been sending me something saying, check it out, check it out, check it out, what you think. So I might have to do a review on it. Yeah, it is crazy, Jamil. What's up, young orange? Free to go. I know, man. That's sad. That's what I'm saying. Thugger isn't the person that was a struggling artist. You know what I'm saying? Like he had a career. Like he don't need street activity. He don't need it. Gunna is being charged with conspiracy only, but this is what I'm saying. When you just and because he's really just signed to the label and they just linking him, so he might not be doing any time at all. So a lot of people that might not be doing anything, they just roped up because it's RICO. But 3 to 4 people will be seeing some time. I can tell you that. Mm. Street cred is false. Do I think Young Thug would do time behind this? My personal opinion, yeah, he's gonna do some time. No, it's a leather. It's called a leather share. It's leather. But I mean, it's not about getting everybody's paperwork. It's out in the public right now. RICO is the feds. That is absolutely correct. Yeah, I'm scared for dirt. The state of Georgia has their own RICO, and it's not a federal case. I don't snitch unless I have to. That's what this dude said. I don't snitch unless I have to. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, Fetty Wap looking at 15 years. I mean, that's what I'm saying, man. These situations, you gotta, if you're gonna get in the game, thanks, D Moore, I appreciate that. But if you're gonna get in the game, you have to understand the rules of the game. If you're an artist, be an artist. If you're a street dude and you doing street stuff, understand the rules that come with being involved in a clique. When you click yourself up and make a name for yourself, you help in the feds. Most of these people going down just because they with YSL. Most people like, dude, I'm signed to the record label. It's like, well, it's part of the RICO. You're going down too. So now you got to lawyer up. You spending money on lawyers. You trying to get your music out. I mean, I don't think this had nothing to do with Snitch Nine, because he's still active, but I don't think it had anything to do with him. Because I don't think they affiliated with him. Like, doing songs and working with them and stuff. So exactly. I'm gonna get out of here. I just wanted to show y'all love, and hopefully this video can save the next group that tries to go in this route. You know, peace.